Have you ever spent a night gazing up at the moon, wondering about its mesmerizing glow? Well, just imagine for a moment. What if it wasn't there? What if overnight the moon just vanished? Stay with me, because this might blow your mind. Firstly, let's establish one thing. The moon isn't just a pretty nightlight. It plays a critical role in the Earth's ecosystem and the way our planet functions. But to fully grasp the gravity of the situation, pun intended, we need to break it down. Let's kick off with the tides. The moon's gravitational pull is responsible for over 50% of the tides on Earth. No moon would mean significantly weaker ocean tides. Imagine a world where the serene rise and fall of the sea barely exists. Marine life that depends on tidal cycles, creatures ranging from crabs to certain kinds of fish and even some coral structures, could be completely thrown off. Over time, many of these species could go extinct, disrupting the entire aquatic food chain. And guess what? That food chain also impacts us humans quite directly. But it doesn't stop there. The moon also plays a pivotal role in stabilizing Earth's axial tilt. Without it, our planet's tilt could wobble chaotically. Think of the Earth as a wobbly, spinning top. Currently, our axial tilt rests at about 23.5 degrees, giving us predictable, albeit sometimes annoying, seasons. Without the moon to steady us, this tilt could vary wildly over time, swinging from almost upright to drastically tilted. In a best-case scenario, this could lead to minor seasonal variations. But in a worst-case scenario, it could mean catastrophic climate shifts. Imagine one part of the Earth enduring endless summers while another sinks into perpetual icy winters. The result? Mass migrations, enormous strain on global resources, and unthinkable adaptations humans would need to make. Let's just say your summer vacation plans might need some serious rethinking. And speaking of rethinking, what about nighttime illumination? The moon reflects sunlight, which gives us gentle moonlight. Without it, our nights would be pitch black. You might take a full moon for granted now, but without it, outdoor evening activities, nocturnal animal behavior, and even agriculture would adapt. Our ancestors relied heavily on the moonlight for hunting, navigation, and even planning, which shaped the way civilizations developed. Losing that natural source of light would not only change human behaviors, but also disrupt countless nocturnal species. Imagine animals that are entirely dependent on moonlight for navigating or hunting suddenly losing their biggest ally. Okay, but what about humanity's inspiration? For thousands of years, the moon has been a cultural icon. Poets have written about it, explorers have reached for it, and even lovers have gazed at it as a symbol of hope and love. Without it, we'd lose a deep emotional and cultural connection. While this might not seem as critical as global climate shifts or biodiversity loss, it highlights how much the moon is woven into both our science and our soul. Now, here's where it gets even crazier. You know that game-changing event from 4.5 billion years ago? The moon was likely formed after a massive object, named Theia, slammed into the Earth. It's been our cosmic dance partner ever since, stabilizing our rotation and affecting everything from ocean tides to human moods. Without that collision, Earth's history and your very existence might have played out completely differently. Let's not forget the potential impact on space exploration. The moon has been a stepping stone for our ventures into space. It provides a nearby testing ground for technologies we'll use to explore further into the cosmos. Losing the moon might not directly halt space exploration, but it would make it more challenging to test missions in a low-gravity environment right next door. Plus, there's always the possibility we might have mined resources from the moon in the future. Still with me? Because here's the kicker. The moon is slowly moving away from Earth by about 3.8 centimeters per year. So, in roughly 50 billion years, assuming humans are still alive, which, let's face it, is a monumental assumption, the moon will be so far away it won't affect Earth at all. While that sounds like a long time, it's a reminder of how temporary celestial connections really are. Now, you're probably wondering, if the moon vanishes overnight, where does it go? If we're delving into hypotheticals, it could be stolen by aliens. Yes, aliens. Or perhaps a rogue planet disrupts its orbit, pulling it away. Or maybe, let's imagine a sci-fi scenario where human technology becomes so advanced that someone accidentally or intentionally destroys it. The how isn't as critical as the why. Knowing the consequences helps us realize how intertwined the moon is with every facet of earthly life. Finally, let's not forget the ultimate drama test. What would people do without the moon? Could we adapt? Maybe. Would we survive? Likely. But would life as we know it be the same? Absolutely not. Every piece of this interconnected puzzle, from tides to stability to cultural impact, reminds us how much we take our nearest celestial neighbor for granted. So tonight, when you look up, maybe give a nod to our moon. It's more than a pretty light in the sky. It's part of what makes Earth home. Thanks for joining me on this incredible journey into the unknown. If you found this as fascinating as I did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more what-if facts. There's a universe of questions out there, and together, we'll keep exploring them.